You are now listening to Charlie Loves Soul.
This episode is being recorded a week and a half before Thanksgiving. However, I am currently in Manila, Philippines as you guys play this. And I really want to give thanks and be grateful for my past history. I know at times Mr. Keep It Real comes out and there are certain pot shots to past people I've worked with, from Satellite, the podcast, Track Life, even Power 106. But I do want to give props, and especially to the set of people that I was recording with before 2016, I want to say, of June. Yeah, my dad got sick in 2016 of July. So that is, it's Joe. He was the first OG. We're supposed to be working together. However, he started an improv group, and now he's concentrating on writing. Then after that was Jason and Zach. Jason and Zach were amazing to work with during that short period of time. Jason was an amazing giver. He and I could record. I remember I had to do filler for both a Mr. Chalk and DJ Redmatic. These are DJs from the Beat Junkies. I forget which episode, but I called him. Hey man, I need to fill like 20 minutes worth of time. And this is when Jason was still single. So we just recorded, boom, without prep, boom. We were like masters at work. Zach had tremendous effort. He and I actually parallel quite a bit as far as for our development. I don't listen to his podcast, but he has a basketball pod with Fear LA, and I think his homie's name is Mark Gonzalez. Good luck to them. And I'll tell you this much, man. I went through a lot of third mic training, meaning there's the first mic, second mic. They're the ones who are going to be doing most of the talking. And Zach knew how to stay in his lane, and he would listen and intently listen and then throw zingers. And I would train him like, hey, if it's a topic, because, you know, we're all at that time in our late 30s, becoming into our early 40s. If it doesn't match your experience, here's a black belt technique. Ask question pertaining to what people are currently talking about. Be curious. And it forces you to be curious during the episode. So Zach was also brilliant at that. There were times when, he well-deservingly needed the microphone because he needed to express, but it was a learning period, especially when Zach and I were recording with Jay and Joe. He started when he was 20. I think he's like 26 or 25 now. And I ended the crew recordings at 2018 when I didn't know when the fuck I was supposed to be back in 2019. I didn't officially move back to the U.S. in 2019 of August 11th on my birthday. The only reason I went back for like a couple of days is because my best friend passed. So I was there for one or two viewings. I literally had cake at for my birthday, boned the chick that I met at Tinder at this so-so hotel, and then I attended my best friend's viewing. At that point, then I had to fly in a couple hours. So I was literally there for 2 days, like a day and a half actually. And it was amazing because I was both in Manila and in the US for my birthday. It was so symbolic of like really moving back. Joe and Jovan are really parallel to each other. Joe is very smart, so is Jovan. They also knew how to listen, but they had such an inverse to my opinion. It was amazing. Joe is a very smart guy. Him and one of the guys that I'm working with, John, for Charlie on the Beat Junkies, are the two guys I look up to. They're older than me. They can literally slow me down. If they said, Charles, in an uncle or dad like manner, I don't know if that's what you want to do. And my ears will fully ring and be at full attention like a German Shepherd Nazi guard dog. Don't bite the Jew, you know? And Jovan, it was amazing to see her progress. Like, you know, Jovan would sat in the first time. I remember her at the bedroom, and she followed suit like Zach, but she would throw in. And she picked up the vernacular, the media type vernacular real quick. And it was amazing. And even a program director from Sirius was like telling me, like, you and Jovan have a show together. You and Jovan and Joe have a show together. But I ran into this long form method of recording with Jason, Jovan, Zach, and I. Behind the scenes, this is when I gave Zach like a 2-stripe blue belt in talk. I gave Jovan a blue belt, I do believe, and Jason a purple belt. It was so amazing, this episode. It's just rhythm and flow and listening. And Jason, whenever his sister would be involved, he would listen more. So he gave his sister room to talk. And that's when I would see the difference in Jason, when he would like listen and be poignant. So him and Zach, the moment there was a fourth person, they became like these guard dogs of the podcast. It was so amazing. It it was like syncopation, the way they did things. And you'll notice I may not curse as much. Here's the complicated thing about radio, right? Whenever you start with new people, you want to not be so in the advanced level. It's like jiu-jitsu, boxing, or Muay Thai, or any martial art, right? You want to let the people roll, let the people move. That's why you could differentiate if you go to the YouTube page for Plug 1-2 and SoundCloud. You look and listen to my interviews. I'm not like dick joke, pussy, vagina, racial something, anti-Me Too word. I do that because here's another black belt technique, to let the other MCs feel comfortable, to make them feel like, hey, maybe I could be above Charles. Not in that egomaniacal kind of way, but you know what? Okay, he's at this level, so if I say something astute, it'll sound more astute. And then I catch up to them. That's a group talk technique, right? Which I learned through the years by sitting in, getting trained, attending seminars. So when you watch me interview, that's when I become a lot of me. In a sense of like when I interviewed Mr. Chalk with the Beat Junkies. You know, once in a while I'll slip in a shit or a fuck here and there. But it was within line and the frequency was just enough. The temperament was just enough. But also when someone's relaxed and loose, that, oh, I can curse. Oh, there's a joke in between. It lets everyone feel comfortable. And for you who's listening, it lets everyone shrug your shoulders down. And with this episode, we talk about males changing roles with the females, where the females are the breadwinner. Zach brilliantly brought up, if you win money in the casino, I don't want to give away the episode, but it's basically, if it's my money and I ask Zach to hit a button on a slot machine and Zach's pressing of the button, how much does he deserve? So it's a fun episode. I'm not going to front, to be transparent. I miss working with those guys because I'll tell you right now, in the societal and basketball sense, if I had Jay, Zach, and Jovan, because Jovan's like a Golden State Warriors fan, I'll kill and destroy. The whole crew, it's like the Avengers. It's like 4 Thanos. Thanoses? Thani? Something like that. If I had those 4, if I had Joe, it'd be overkill. It would be overkill. We would destroy the airwaves. just because, one, everyone was smart. Two, we knew our rhythm. We were like 5 cylinders, and we had chambered our own action and direction properly with the most brilliant timing. And also what I'm thankful for is really now that I'm working with 5 new people, so I have 3 new shows on Beat Junkie Radio. There's Charlie on the Beat Junkies, which is music-based, so I have Nathan and Jonathan. I feel like that one has the strongest chemistry because I know both of those guys, and we're still developing. Beer Jitsu, it's a little bit more humble. I'm working with a black belt and a purple belt, and they're very humble. So I'm trying to get their personality out. And then the Lakers mixtape, which is supposed to be music-based. And then 2 guys who I knew from Track Life. And the crazy thing is we didn't start recording till September. And between all 3 shows, we've only recorded 2 to 3 times per show. That's not enough. And then you put this large gap because Dash is moving, which I miss recording at Dash. But, all of these shows had a halt. So it's not going to start till maybe mid-January. So I'm thankful to have that opportunity. And if I can do the same job with what happened with Jason and Zach and Jovan and Jay, and I am contemplating about working with Jovan again. I think she and I have unfinished business, to be honest with you. But for Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for all my friends. Liz, who we don't see each other, but she's been a best friend of mine since the 90s. Jackie and Jeremy, a couple who I see maybe once every month and a half. Vince, who I see once or twice a month, who lives in Glendale. That's probably once or twice a month because we live really close. There's also my friend Warren, my good friend Warren, who lives in New York. My friend Russell, who lives in Burbank and was living on and off in the Philippines. And he was such a relief to have him there when I was living in Manila from 2015 to 2019. John, who lives in Mount Sac, but I'm doing the show with. Nathan, I see him once or twice a month. Dino, who I'm in touch, who's with the Lakers mixtape, maybe once or twice a month. So my cup is full. My cup is absolutely 1,000% full. And I'm thankful for everyone that I've worked with in the past. Jimmy Steele, he was such a giant mentor to me about hard work. He's one of the few people I respect that works for MS Communication, formerly Power 106, but now he's in Chicago. Will Pendarvis, I learned so much by observation. The Jason Ellis Show, learned so much by just observing. And I'm working with a few people for this Untitled Jiu-Jitsu project, mainly this guy John. We vibed. I already knew we were going to click because we were just really intent and focused. And he's one of those friends that you become friends because you both work really hard on a project, and there's just symbiotic energy between you two. And I hope you guys enjoy your meals, man. I mean, you're living, you work, you're grinding away. And this episode is for you who's listening. Thank you so much and happy Thanksgiving.
Attention, everyone.
Start it up.
Come on. Street certified.
Plug 1, 2.
Zach, could you play the audio of a woman who is with her friend at a casino? And then she ended up winning.
Time for the pulse. We'll start with a reminder for slot machine players. If you want to win, you have to hit the button.
We're saying that because of this guy, Jan. He was playing the slots at a casino in Florida. Jan had
like
his
Dog
friend
the Bounty Hunter's brother.
Marina, who doesn't want her identity revealed, hit the machine button just for luck.
Well, that luck paid off. Marina was lucky, winning $100,000 from that spin. Jan thought he was the big winner, but when they claimed the cash, that wasn't the case.
Upstairs, the eye in the sky says she touched the button, so technically we have to pay her.
Jan all of a sudden went ballistic.
he started screaming in front of everybody.
I said, are you kidding me?
Sounds like a
No one was kidding. Marina
Very
left with
mail
all the
order
money.
bridey.
Then she says Jan started sending her threatening texts.
And
Who would have
Marina
thought?
says that she did offer to give Jan some of that money, but now that he sent all those nasty texts, that offer off the table.
Yeah, you can forget about those $2 I was going to give you.
Yeah.
That was a nice.
I like that
freaking
comment,
dig.
man.
Yeah.
There was
Nice
two
dig.
bugs right there. $2? Is that what he said?
Yeah,
$2,
forget
yeah.
about that $2.
Well, so, I mean, there's the technical issue
Okay.
that she hit the button.
Right.
So if we ride on the technical issue, she deserves it.
Yes.
It was his money though, and he had been playing the slot this whole time, putting his own money in it. And like he's sitting in front of it, and let's say she's sitting next to him. Hey, why don't you hit the button for luck?
Right. And I think that's one of the more common practices in the casinos where you have, if you're a couple,
Yeah.
maybe one puts in the money and one
Yeah.
starts the machine.
Are you saying this is like dating? How the guy does all the work and then the woman just takes all the money?
Wow, you've been hanging out with old angry Asians for quite some time, Zach. That kind of sideswiped me a little bit.
Maybe you should question whether you want to stick with this particular group.
I just wanted to introduce you to the right thing since we're back in person.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know because, per our last episode, we were talking about establishing roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we were talking about. What's that?
Are we?
Yeah, we're on.
Okay.
We're going. We were talking about. I guess we haven't aired it yet.
No.
We haven't aired it yet,
Right,
but we
right,
did
right.
it at Zach's radio station. We were talking about, I guess in society you should just accept whoever's the breadwinner.
Oh, I think we were talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We talk about this
Generally,
topic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Regularly, and we use Olivia Munn as an example.
Yeah. So you weren't there yet.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that.
So basically, we were saying Olivia Munn was hard to date because she's the dominant one.
Right.
Oh, that was the discussion.
Right.
Okay.
So if someone makes less money and you're dating Olivia Munn, it's just like how women have accepted the role in previous times and era. Well, he's the breadwinner, so I'm the homemaker.
Ooh,
Right.
I have a good one for
He
that.
gets the big piece of chicken.
Right. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your good one?
Oh, because I have a close friend up north. She married into a family where one cousin, she is the breadwinner. She works at Cal and she makes the money, and the husband stays home and takes care of the kids.
What does she do if you can divulge that?
I'm not sure what her position is, but it's something in administration. But it's a higher level administrative job.
Okay.
Like it's not like I'm making copies or whatever. She's actually managing I think the budget of a certain department, lucrative department on campus. So it's a pretty. I'm sure she pulls over 100 something. I don't know, but enough for that. The husband stays home, takes care of like the 4-year-old and 7-year-old.
And that's the case where the man has to accept.
That's exactly. He's accepting the role reversal, and it's expected for him to provide for those kids, and she comes home and gets the big piece of chicken.
Are they happy as a couple?
Yeah, well, yes, because they've both realized what their strengths are, and they play to them.
And does she wear the strap on?
I didn't say this officially, but it seems like she does. Yeah.
So she carries herself as the breadwinner.
It's very evident if you were in a room with them that she is the dominant one, and he is the very much like, yes, honey, I will take care of that.
Does she have a buzz cut?
No, she's
Drives a
attractive.
Subaru.
She's an attractive lady. She's an attractive lady. She's just very assertive.
She's just on the softball team.
No.
He must be a mama's boy.
I don't know. I don't know him well enough for that, but he's definitely a mild-mannered person. He can party and he can get, he can let loose, but he knows that she's the one kind of dictating when he can let loose and when he can go.
To hop on Zach real quick, I'm the most mousy-tongue mama's boy I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm a mama's boy, but I'm a fucking dickhead asshole.
You don't let on that you're a mama's boy in front of other people.
oh, the fact that I'm fucking feeding 2 motherfucking people, brother and my mom thinks.
But it's not
I think that's kind of fucking. I am mama's boy, sucking at the teat, taking care of a fucking poodle.
Okay, yeah, we know that about you. But if you were to meet somebody, it's not something you would reference to upon meeting somebody that you know.
It's changed now because I self-efface a lot.
Oh, okay. So.
It's like
it's accidental.
When we were on air, it's like using IPDTL. It's like, yeah, my roommate. I take care of her poodle, but she keeps insisting that I call her mom
or mommy or mama
or mommy or mama.
Or like with Justin's case of how like he was talking about how he's a pro wrestling fan, but then like he just doesn't give a fuck now when he's dating to like hide the fact that he watches it.
Right.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it.
Which is great.
Yeah, I think so.
He's going to be masturbating for a while. But, you know, I think that's great, though.
Yeah.
Do you think you could do that? Any of you guys? Like, just stay at home and...
Oh, like Dave Chappelle in the Oprah skit?
Yeah. Or, I mean, I guess in this case, too, if you have kids.
Well, Dave Chappelle was taking a bath in $100 bills.
Right.
He was painting stick figures. Yeah.
That's pretty Rio de Janeiro in your bathtub to me. Do I think I could do that? The insecure ego says no.
Oh.
But that's me thinking I'm a spry 28-year-old, Charles. I'm almost 42 and need Cialis and fucking need 6-hour beauty sleeps.
So you're thinking maybe.
Well, we'll see after we settle this will and fucking sale of a home.
Right.
See how much my energy in Ghana and entertainment metabolism.
So you're thinking it could happen
if
you thought about it enough.
Yeah, I'm tired.
You sound like
I'm fucking tired, dude.
some of these women. I'm tired of fighting.
To Villa's point, I don't think I can.
Yeah.
I don't. Especially like like with the mama boys pitch, like I'm kind of opposite of Charles, where it's just like I realize I'm a mama's boy, but like when it comes to dating, I don't want the girl to like belittle me, or I don't want the girl to like put me in like a lower tier. I would rather want to equal or better. I'm a mama's boy in the sense that like it's kind of like daddy issues, where like I date women that are way older than me, or like I hook up with women that are way older than me.
But you still want to be somewhat dominant in that relationship with the older lady. I mean, that's kind of a
because
counter.
It's just like with the older, like for example, the girl that like the oldest I've ever hooked up with was a 39-year-old former stripper, and with her it was like she viewed it as a fuckboy, but it's just like I'm doing more than you. Like you're only a yoga instructor, all right? Like it's just like I'm fucking doing radio. I'm doing more comedy than you say.
Yoga
so
instructors. That's Zach Elk on. Okay, good.
But yeah, no, that was the thing where it's just like she goes like I'm busy and like we're meeting at 2:00 and I'm like, well, I work overnight shifts, so it's just like I can't do it at nights. And I just pretty much said I'm done. And like when she said like she was like, just because some of us work around here, and like that's when she blocked me. And like she knew like I was gonna say something back, but she blocked me right there. And I was like, fucking bitch.
Look, hooker.
I want to go left real quick. The definition of fuckboy has now changed in the U.S. Before, a fuckboy was someone who would be like all macho and shit, but when it came to reality, if he were to meet the person that he was trying to troll, or it came to a situation where you can back it up, yeah, I can fuck without coming in an hour. When it came to real time proving, you couldn't.
Yeah.
But now a fuckboy is basically like you're a
side.
You're a meat stick.
Yeah.
You're a side guy.
You're a piece.
Right.
Yes.
And I have no problem being called a fuckboy.
Because it's a different interpretation now.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, because before it was like a guy that's posturing that can't come through. Now it's yeah, I'm a ride this saddle kind of
male
thing.
Right.
Oh.
Gigolo.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I can if I was a guy.
I don't know, man. I think I can. I think, you know what? It's not the belittling part. I guess because it's like, man, I go into it, I guess, with your mindset too, where it's like, I got my own money. You got, so I just don't want to work. And if it means I just got to take care of the kids, then so be it. But you're not, I'm still getting the chicken if I want it. So maybe it's maybe, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes it's like you have to kind of put your foot down too. I mean, just because you're making money, so what?
I take care of the kids.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I don't know. I think there is a happy medium there, but if it came to that where it was like, oh, you're trying to belittle me because you make money, well, then no, it's not going to work.
I think that's like a lot of
do that shit.
I think that's like how women feel though.
Well, when I talk to other like my coworkers and stuff that just had kids, and then sometimes I ask them, I'm like, so are you going to quit? Are you just going to be a housewife?
Female coworkers.
Yes, yeah. And one of them was like, nah, because I want my own money. I don't want to ask him for money because then I feel bad.
That's a good point.
So
who's taking care of the kids?
Well, they have a nanny. And she works, comes home when the nanny, she comes home, the nanny leaves, and, she's on that.
That kid's not going to have issues. that kid's not going to have
no confusion
issues at all.
about parental roles. And
and that kid's going to have a heavy Latin accent. Tell you that much.
I was about to say that the kid's going to learn Spanish.
I want to say their nanny is like Filipina or something like that.
Are they a Filipino family too?
No, it's half Thai, half white. The husband's white.
Okay.
So
I mean, gonna have a thick Filipino accent.
I don't know.
It's all going to be pointing with its lips directionally.
Cutting steak with a spoon. Nice.
Yeah. So
copious amounts of Burger King fucking napkins right next to the paper towels.
Hey, those are helpful.
A backup karaoke, wireless microphone.
All the ketchups and hot sauce packets in the refrigerator.
A non-used piano.
Then you're gonna wrap the remote control in saran wrap.
These are all Filipino tropes. Just to fill you.
Yeah, I kind of was like when you guys kept on tagging it, I'm like, I'm lost.
No. It's all good.
We kept going. Yeah.
So since the males answered, how about you, Jovan? Is that a role you can take as far as for being the breadwinner?
No, I don't want that role. I think I would buckle under the pressure of being the sole provider. I can't. I don't even want to be a manager at my work because I don't want to be overseeing.
Totally.
Like, I don't know. I don't know why I don't have it. I don't have it.
Would you want it to be equal, or would you want him to be the breadwinner?
I cannot see. It's hard for me to see the situation where it is him solely making the money, and me having to ask for money. Because I could see how that can breed a relationship of, hey, you're submissive to me, and I'm dominant over you. I don't like that either. I would want to be. It would be an ideal would be equal, and then him slightly, but
equal
more.
Treatment.
Equal, like I'm contributing financially to our life, but that I'm hoping he makes a little bit or more. I just don't want it to be like he's pissing on me because I make so much less than him.
Yeah.
Like if you don't respect me and the fact that I work, then this is not going to work either because then you don't respect me.
The biggest problem I have with this hashtag I am a woman, the tagger is female bullshit is, okay, if you want to do that, sociologically, let's flip the roles. You handle the economic part.
Yeah.
I'll complain because I've been carrying fucking kids and I'll pass the kid to you. And you know what? You're going to cook too.
Wait.
So if you want to be equal, let's be equal. And if you are fucking Solange in an elevator doing your fucking taekwondo kicks, you fucking do everything. Go ahead. Let's do a complete switch. Do it.
You're going to have some Rachel Maddow looking girls just twirling their hair like that. Just going like, no, we don't mean all equality.
Right. Because I don't think bodily, physically, mentally, and societally wise, it's going to be accepted even at 50%.
Yeah.
It's not.
You mean you don't think the society as a whole would accept?
Yeah, the rest of the guys would be like, dude, you're dickless, dude.
Yeah.
And
it's hard to overcome.
Right. And here's the other thing. Maybe you'll only speak for the millions or billions of women in the world.
All on me, I got it.
But wouldn't you lose respect for the man if he was the breadwinner and then roles switched?
No, because me personally, I do take every relationship as its own entity. So there is like the couple I mentioned before, they're better off that they have those roles, because if it was switched, if you're a dominant woman and a beta male, I mean, their roles are fit perfectly in how it works. So if you were to switch it, they would probably not work, because I don't know if she could be a lesser role and he can step up and be the bigger role.
I don't think it could work if the guy was the former provider.
Okay, so you're saying it's one way and then you flip it.
Right, that was the example that I gave.
Yeah, okay.
That's going to be tough. If you've been beta your whole time, like Jay introduced me to Ali Wong, that stand-up special, like before she met her husband, she was dating the skaters.
Yeah.
And they were content with that.
Yeah.
I think those guys can easily accept it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But Mr. Mom, to date us and age us even more, he had to give up his job, or he lost his job, and then his wife had to be the breadwinner.
She had a better job, and then he said, okay, I'll stay home and take care of the kids.
He went to Harvard, so this entire time she was thinking, oh, he's going to be blah, 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 he's going to be so rich and all that. He was actually hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt from all the student
you saw
loans.
the movie, Mr. Mom.
No, it's Ali Wong.
Sorry, Ali Wong.
I was like, wait a minute.
Sorry.
I was pretty surprised too, because I really don't remember that. It's been like ages.
The 80s, bro.
30 years ago?
Yeah. But I was like, dang, Zach, you're up on these 80s movies too?
Right.
No, I thought you were talking about Ali Wong. My bad.
No, you're right. That was brought up. But I don't think that some women would welcome that. Okay, I think even though I don't want to be the breadwinner, if I had to step up, I could do it. But I mean, it's all about preference at one point. I mean, if you don't like it, you'll just leave the situation. If you end up in that situation as a woman and you don't like it, you'll just leave the relationship. But if it's back to the wall and to make this work, I could do it.
I just think a lot of these chicks who say that are either A, still backed up by their parents, B, haven't even tried it, and C, deep inside would rather play the maternal role.
Yeah.
Not the matriarchal role, but the maternal role. Why? I don't know. It just, I'm willing to accept a lot of things, but I'm not willing to accept that most women are willing to be the breadwinner when it's time to put in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I it's just, that conditioning. We've just been accustomed to these kinds of things. And, sometimes I think you just have to not give a fuck. Like, like Jovan's example, it's like, yeah, people
talk about it, right?
Yeah.
But they don't care that people are talking behind their backs.
It's just like, you just got to be like, fuck it, man. This is what works for us. And then, who cares what you guys think? And that's probably what's stopping half of the people from doing it too. Because it's like, you got your ass on your shoulders, and then it's just like, well, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's been done.
And to also add to the story of my friends, they're actually a Latino family, so that guy is getting major shit for not
in the business, dude, from the cousins.
Mas puto.
And the thing is, the wife is Latino and the man is white, so that's even more on top of that. Like,
wait,
this
the
white
wife
guy.
is Latina, the man is white.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the breadwinner. Yeah,
he's not seen as an in-law.
Yeah, that guy is not respected by. I mean, if he's not, he's respected because he's good with the kids. But as a man, it's like, oh, he's
how are
not.
the kids?
They're good. I mean, they're not. They don't have weird issues that you would think. No, they're good kids.
Does he sit at the kids' table for Thanksgiving?
I don't know. I think he's drunk by the time that dinner comes around. So I don't know if
passive aggressively drunk.
A little bit.
Or just get lifted outside right before the meal. so you could just eat and fall asleep.
So you don't have to hear the other things.
His seat at the main table is taken over by the tamales. They're like, no seat. Sit with the kids.
Sorry. Someone has to watch the kids. Go sit over there.
That's terrible. I also feel this guy may pop, dude.
You think?
Oh, one of these.
Well, was he formerly like an executive or
No,
something?
no.
Oh, he never was.
Well, I think if anything, they were equal. And then he dropped off because just opportunities and stuff. And she actually started rising.
Stock market.
Or stock and career.
Yeah, stock and career.
So, I mean, different strokes for different folks.
I just
can't even fathom like that situation.
It's tough. Unless if it's like Oprah. How do you top that? What do you try to do? Be Ted Turner?
Right.
Right?
So then you're talking about the power struggle within the relationship of like trying to one up. Because if you're trying to beat Oprah, be better than her, you'd be Ted Turner or Bill Gates or something, right?
The wily Chinese in me, if I were to accept that role, I go, let's wait 8 years. I'm going to work 3 jobs. You're not going to see any of the money because I'm not going to fucking keep it for myself. Just in case you become a mega bitch. I would totally do that.
That's how women feel, though, don't you see? Like to kind of have your little nest egg in case something happens.
As they should.
So
it doesn't matter about sex at this point. It's like survival.
Are you one of the conspiracy theorists on the male side that doesn't believe in prenups?
Ooh, that's a good...
I believe in prenups.
Oh, really?
Especially if you're the one bringing home the bacon. But here's the problem. I've never been faced in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
where you're so pussy whooped, you're so in love, and you're really into the girl. And those are all 3 different things.
Okay.
Right? And then if she says no prenup, how soft will I be when the situation arises?
Nah.
Because the inclination is the assumption of a prenup. And then for her to say, I don't want one. And then it's, what do you do?
Right. Because then the argument is, let's say the female says, then you don't love me. Then you can go, well, actually, if you really loved me, you'd sign that prenup.
Yeah.
That's the struggle.
To flip it on you.
I'm trying to find it, but I heard, did you hear about Janet Jackson's prenup? With, because she was married to like this billionaire dude.
In Saudi or something like
that.
Yeah.
And apparently, I'm trying to find this online, but apparently they had a prenup where if she stayed married to him for like 5 years, and I don't know if it means she had a kid or not, because I know she just had a kid. Yes. Anything over 5 years, she gets like 500 million or some stupid number.
That's like Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah,
it was past 7 years. They had to divorce.
It was the 10-year mark. He pulled it at 9 something.
Well, she like apparently pulled out at like 5 years 2 months.
Oh, that's a Katie. Wow. That's a Katie Holmes thing too.
Yeah,
she cleared the 5-year mark and divorced Tom Cruise just like that.
But to put a year on a prenup, it's kind of like
you're already expecting it to fail.
That sounds like a bad baseball contract, like you signed fucking what's his name, like Barry Bonds after he declined. Like it's just like or Albert Pujols, like you signed Albert Pujols and now he's not doing shit for the Angels.
Before we go left, Jay, did you have more information or you wanted to speak on it a little bit more?
I'm still looking for like because I found here on TMZ. It said Janet Jackson split from husband number 3 may have significant financial implications. Both Janet and William Almana are wealthy, but he is far more than she. He is estimated a net worth of $1 billion, and she's worth an estimated 175 mil. And it just says prenups typically have 5 and 10 year marks, which may trigger more money in the pot.
It gets to a point where if you have 175 million, I don't know how much of that you would care.
But what about like the whole thing with Mariah
and
Nick Cannon?
No. Oh, that other billionaire dude,
that footballer guy, right? Or is he a footballer?
I don't know. He's some billionaire guy.
Her ex-fiance.
And she's trying to she's like, you know, I had to stop my career and blah, blah, blah. I want $50 million. And she's like, you know, I think the ring alone that she got is like worth like a couple million. She don't want to give that shit back. And he's like, oh, I don't care.
James
Fuck that.
Packer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, I want like 50. I mean, she's kind of, these are big numbers, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of petty.
Isn't it spite though? Like just to fuck you.
Right.
I think Mariah Carey is a great singing, pseudo lazy vagina spreader. That's what Mariah Carey is. She has a lot of tendencies because she's very pretty, raising the Generation X where you're extra special. Oh, the mixed girl. She can actually sing, but now her late blooming true colors are showing where it's like, yo, dude, I want that $5 million a month fucking lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I think she's a fucking callous, poor singing bitch now.
Yeah.
Well, she's definitely still in her diva mode, and she's just not the performer that she was.
No.
You know, I mean,
That's just too much.
age just hit her.
Yeah, too many years of people saying her shit don't stink.
She needs to pull like a Rod Stewart. Like Rod Stewart, I think, had the best continuum where he couldn't sing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even like soprano ballads.
Yeah.
So he became a jazz singer, and he just sings like,
Ooh,
you know.
I think she still wants that title of being the
Queen Bee.
The Queen Bee, exactly.
Her and Lil' Kim, Can't Let Go.
I mean,
Isn't that a Mariah Carey song? Can't Let Go or something?
That might be, yeah. Maybe it's Freudian. But even fucking Madonna and her sinewy biceps.
Yeah.
She's all up on fucking Lady Gaga. I'm not a Lady Gaga fan.
No.
Right.
But, you know, Madonna to me is the queen of like, yo, this is how I'm going to perform. It's not going to be like Gladys Knight. It's not going to be like Tina Turner. I'm going to be New York, at least first 2 albums. And Michael's wearing a fucking glove. I'm going to wear a glove too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but she has to let go too.
Yeah. I mean, you know, at sometime that's where all the surgeries and all that shit just start looking bad. It's like you're holding on to this fucking face and image too long. Yeah.
I'm looking into freeze the fat or that body sculpting thing.
I don't know the science of that shit.
What's that?
I don't know the science.
What is
of
the
that.
science? I'm actually
Because it's like
we're going.
I mean, you know, you're pretty slim already, dude. So
I have a pot belly. I'm fat and thin.
You're thin fat.
you got the Filipino
I'm
uncle.
fat. I'm fat.
Fat.
All fat.
Or Finn.
Finn.
No, I mean, I still have a.
I think that's skin, Charles.
Yeah, that's good.
That's skin.
It looks like a sandbag.
Well, he's going to be fighting in a couple of months, right? You're trying to get into fucking fighting shape or what?
I'm fighting the buffets in fucking Manila Hotel and the Shangri-La in Manila. No, but seriously, back to Mariah. Instead of this freeze the fat fucking pseudo promo.
That's a whole show, so it's
right. It's tough for these megastars to let go, especially now, 2017, where, dude, you could be forgotten because you haven't put out an album since last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
And just how much content comes out every year. There's just that much more content that, you know, either current artists are doing or just new artists. And like you said, it's just it can just get thrown onto the fire and forgotten within a couple months.
Well, the world's greatest fucking tie back, not tie in. So we talked about the technical issue of this lady hitting the casino slot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
But moralistically, who deserves the money?
Honestly, I mean, in ethics wise, I think, you know, it's the guy who put in the money, you know, and he's ethically he should hook her up. Also, I mean, you know, as a good luck charm or whatever. Yeah, you hook her up.
25%.
That's even a lot, but yeah, that's a generous offer. But I wouldn't go. You know, I break off like 10% easy.
I was thinking 25 is a quick shut the fuck up, be happy.
Right. Yeah. That's a very generous like
that's an automatic shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Take it and go.
25 grand for pushing the button. Fuck yeah.
Oh, how much was it?
100 grand.
And that's tax free.
Okay, I was about to ask the tax part.
You're allowed to win once as like a gift from the state also.
Oh, okay.
In Florida?
Or even in Nevada.
No, in Nevada they tax it.
No, they tax it.
They definitely give you a
Isn't it considered as a gift?
On a slot machine, they'll tax it.
It's auto.
What if it's a card game?
No, they won't tax it. You just take the chips off the table.
So it's just okay.
Yeah. But in any case, I mean 25%.
That's shut the fuck up.
That
money.
is shut the fuck up.
That's a new car.
Yeah. Just for you didn't even pitch in anything. You just tap.
Yeah.
25 is generous.
Very generous.
Yeah, wow.
And in this case, she got it all.
And ran for the hills.
I gotta say, if I was a casino, I would do it 50-50.
As an observer?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, is there a technical meandering way? It's like you saw the money come from him, and then she put it in, and then hit.
No, she didn't even put it in.
She just hit the button. That's
This
it.
is credit. I think this has happened before. So as the casino, you have to go after seeing past incidences and cases. They made a technicality. We made the rule that whoever clicks it, because without the click, you can't get the result. That we have to give whoever clicks it, because there has this thing like, whose money is it?
Right.
We both put $10 in the slot machine. Whose $10 was it?
And just think about how there's a dude's job that's fucking in a fucking security room looking from the camera above, just thinking like, sir, that money belongs to the girl. And he's like, dude, why are you ruining it? Just because you don't have a dick doesn't mean you have to take away all my dick. Fucking fuck you.
But you know, it's also like, you know, they don't allow kids in the casino.
Oh, yeah, because they.
And what if the kid touches the machine? Now it's like
invalid.
You don't get shit.
Yeah.
You don't get shit. So it's kind of like them protecting themselves too.
It's a law. It's the law. I'm sure there's people in the casino going, oh man, this is a fucked up situation. They want to give the money to the guy, but then they know they're legally bound to give it to the woman.
What's the percentage you would give? Jay, you said about 10?
Yeah, I think
10 grand is more healthy.
10, yeah.
For you, let's say you were the guy.
What would I offer up? Yeah, 10. You mean, is it like the back against the wall, like you have to say a number?
I guess
10, 15, mainly just because I don't want to hear anymore.
15 grand.
15%. I mean, it does. I think more in absolutes. Like, it doesn't even matter how much, because then you get into different how much, depending on how much you actually win.
Let's go micro. He won 100 grand, or she won 100 grand, or the number is 100 grand. So, how much money do you give?
10 to 15.
If you're the girl and you're giving money to the guy, you're going to give 10 to 15.
Well, because if they start,
if she won, it's her money.
If I win,
and then let's say, toodaloo, I hit the fucking casino button.
Yeah.
How much does Jovan give me since I hit the button?
I think. Oh, sorry, go.
Oh, like how? Oh, yeah. Because we're friends, and that's what they are, right?
Let's say
friends.
we were dating.
We were dating? Yeah, I'd give 10,
you
15.
You ordered me from in Vietnam. I was an underwear model in Cambodia.
Yeah, I'll throw you 15 just for that.
So is it safe 25 is I can fuck you in the mouth, come in your ear?
Yeah.
Wow.
For tonight?
Okay.
Yes.
And you're going to be happy.
Yes.
That's more, yeah.
Right, because at that point, I would probably be very Filipino and be stupid with my money and celebrate.
Because us three are in the tipping range of just modern tipping for the diner room. They're like 10, 15.
18 to 20% is the modern day tipping.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it's like if I was in Vegas, right, and I hit a jackpot. I mean, it's like, even if you weren't by me,
I'd still give you money.
I'd still give you money.
Right.
I'd still break you off, and then I'd probably pay for like buffet. Like, let's all go to let's all go to Wicked Spoon or some shit, or Bacchanal or some shit. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys, if I won 100, you guys are easily getting $50 each.
$50
Thanks, Charles.
Easily $50.
Nice, bro.
Here's enough for a taxi to the airport back.
I know it's a lot to take in.
What am I going to do with that $50?
That's 20. That's another 20. That's a 5. That's 50, guys.
I think
take it all in at once. No, I would pay for everyone's room and the expense for the weekend.
It's like, it's all $1 chips. $51 chips, dude.
Okay, I have a question. Charles, let's say this is you and me, right?
Okay.
You're the one that puts the money in the slot machine, and then I'm the one, you're like, hey, man, I haven't had luck. Hit the button. So I hit the button, and 100 grand comes up. The guy says, like, it belongs to the dude on the right. If that were to happen, I would do 50-50. Would that seem
no,
sensible?
you are only getting 10,000. If it's you and me,
no,
and
but
we're just
if
homies.
if they give
gave it
me
to
the
him,
money,
and you paid for it. He's like,
you're giving me $90K, bro.
because you're about to die, Zach.
We're homies.
But
Right.
isn't that shut the fuck
Unless
up,
if we
buddy?
were like, yeah.
That shut the fuck up, buddy, right?
That's a arm bar. I'm gonna break your arm, money.
Well, first I'd be like, look, Zach, look at it as a radio investment.
Yeah.
You may see the other 15 grand later on.
Right.
Right.
But you're going to give me 90 because that was my money. And we better be back in Glendale by 10 o'clock to record for Wednesday's episode.
Right.
So give me my fucking 90K. Because as you and I are homies. If we were like lovers, then that's even complicated. Then it goes to our conversation 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Of who wears the pants. But if it's just Zach and Charles fucking doing the hobbity-doo in fucking Vegas, you're giving me 90, dude.
So if
the 10 is you should consider like I am your majesty.
Okay.
I do that. Like, but like, how about like if the shoe's flipped and then I'm the one that put it and you touch the button?
I would like to get 10 grand, but if you gave me 5, I'm cool.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, fuck that, like 50-50 or something like that.
Well, because if it's your money
Yeah.
and you just asked me to hit the button.
Yeah, if you gave me $5 grand, I'd be fucking happy.
I'd be
as
happy
fuck.
with that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So me giving you 10 grand, you should be like fucking throwing rose petals after
Right.
every space I walk on.
Very coming to America at this
Yes.
Now I feel fucking selfish.
Yeah, you should.
Because we're just homies.
Right.
Because you just diss your boy right here. Like,
Yeah,
No, because
50-50.
like to hear the thing from the situation.
50?
Note to self: do not let Zach
Okay. Like,
bamble
okay.
with my money.
Jay, hold his arms. I'm
Okay.
gonna choke him out. I'll give you
Okay.
$50.
Okay, let me
Done.
show myself. Let me show
Done.
You'd be in a fucking cornfield.
Okay, if for example what we were talking about earlier, if the guy wanted blah blah blah, I said 10% because it's just like obviously she got the money, so I think 10% is right. But like honestly, between them two, I think 50-50 is great.
See, I'm coming also with the assumption that he flew her out. I'm paying for the stay.
Oh, because
you're
you're
my date.
This is the prostitution scenario, right?
Or even if you were just dating.
Yeah. And in this case, actually, I think they just met at the casino. Like they met at they met there, became friends. I don't know how fast.
Or how long they've been friends.
Right.
Between the bathroom and the money changer.
Right.
Or the hotel
Out.
room and the ATM machine.
No, I don't even think that. I mean, look at this dude, man. I think he met her at the bar. Or maybe at another table
Which
or
is why
some
you
shit
think
like
They
that.
were friends after the $100,000.
Or she was in a fucking 1 1/4 by 3.5 inch glossy fucking handout in the street. And her fucking number was there. I can't believe you're going to take 50. Wait, that's an issue. That's a big fucking issue. Zach and Charles go to a casino. I've been playing all night. You know what, Zach? Fucking hit the button. Ding, 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 ding. That's your 50K?
Yeah, if you came up with the thing of like this will go towards the podcast, it'd be like, okay, yeah, no, that's exactly right. and then the 10,000 would be like you helping me with the luck. But then, yeah, it's an investment. So,
see, even that, you're out of control, dude.
No, it's an investment. What? I can't ask for 10,000,
dude.
No, he's saying you came up with 50-50.
You can't ask for anything.
No,
bro.
I know.
You just touch the button. You can't ask for anything.
No, are you?
dog.
But this is actually. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's the context because they're.
And the context is completely incorrect, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm definitely in agreement with
it's
that.
like, okay, like if, for example, okay, if it was a different friend, I'm not making them walk away with less than 50 because they're the ones that put the fucking money in it. So if they're technically saying that like I'm the winner, then I'm gonna be like, yo, dude, I wouldn't have done this if it wasn't for you.
Well, you give them the cash afterwards. Like, you take the money.
Right.
If I was like, yeah, fuck it, give him the money. But then if you don't give me the cash afterwards, yeah, we're going to choke you out and have you raped in the fucking alley,
No,
dude.
yeah, but I'm just saying in a circumstance like that, if that was a case where the friend was the one that put the money in there and then they hit the button, I'm making sure that they're walking away with more than half.
Okay, so what?
Oh, you're making sure they're walking away with more than half.
In what scenario,
how generous of you, Zach.
I'm gonna let you. What scenario again were you were gonna do the 50-50? If you even want to go revisit that.
If what?
When were you gonna go 50-50?
Well,
you
no,
mentioned
if I'm the winner, if I'm the person
that touched the button,
that's when I go 50-50. But if I'm the person that didn't, then if anything, like what I could expect is at least 10,000.
Oh, you mean you? Oh,
So
okay. Go ahead, Jay.
No, I was going to say, I think the thing with you is you're expecting something already. I mean, which, yeah, I think you should be. It's kind of like, let's just say, if I gave you for your birthday, I gave you a lottery ticket and you ended up winning a couple million. What should I expect something from you? Like,
I would hook you up.
Yeah,
you would hook me up.
Yes.
But
I won't. Lottery tickets for a birthday present is the worst fucking idea. Like, I will never buy a lottery ticket for another person, like, just based on the fact of, like, oh, I hope they fucking help me or anything like that. But
right.
At the same time, like, if someone buys me a lottery ticket for my birthday, or like my mom has bought some scratchers for Christmas when we were very poor, and I would always make sure in the back of my mind, I'm like, if I win however much prize is the up to on this card, I'm making sure that, like, this is going to her as well because she's the one providing for me.
Okay.
I mean, I think the mentality is that you're expecting a number where really it's like, yeah, there is a fair number that's like, okay, yeah, this is good, 10%, whatever you want to say. But really, technically, you're not really entitled to any of it.
Yes. Agreed.
And it should be like, even if they give you $500, it's like, all right, cheap ass, but thank you. You know what I mean? It's like,
if they comp your room and your food for the rest of the trip.
Right. I mean, it's just kind of like, yeah, well, you won $100,000 and you gave me, say they gave you 1,000. If you couldn't be happy, then there's there's an issue.
I think, okay, there's a difference between 1,000 and 100K, obviously, but I would be more grateful for whatever the person does. So if it's $1,000, for example, if the person made me like touch the button, I'm giving that $1,000 actually to that person. If I'm the one that pressed the button, because that's such a large.
So you're not taking anything, in other words.
Yeah, because that's such a low sum that, like, if anything, they need it more.
So,
but 100,000. 100,000.
So yeah, 17 minutes ago, Mr. I am so generous. I'm willing to split
is
that
a
with.
lot of money.
See, then that's almost a derivative of greed.
Really?
Because the amount is high. But
it's like,
but comparatively, like what Jovan was saying, well, I want to think in percentage. I want to think binarily this way.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't matter what the amount is. It's always going to be.
If it's 1,000 and someone gives you 100, or if it's 100,000, someone gives you 10,000.
Yeah.
You should just be equally as happy.
No, I agree with that.
But what if it was $100 from the 100K?
If it was $100 from the 100K?
I think you should say, my friend's a cheap fuck, but you know what? Fuck it. It's the 100 that
it's $100.
Yeah.
It's the 100 that
better than
nothing.
No. That's true. Like, I would be like, okay, like, this person's an asshole, but it's better than nothing. Like, I'm probably getting like a bus ride back.
Here, check this out. Here's a situation with Jay where I bumbled like a bee. he's taking care of our other friend Jay's dogs.
Mm-hmm.
His birthday's coming up. I'm trying to be all secret, ching chong bing bong, generous Asian guy. Go, what are you doing? So I'm taking care of the dogs. Fuck those dogs. Can you be at the Alex by like 6? Why? I don't want to tell you. I bought 2 tickets to Phil Jackson and John Sally.
Yeah.
With the Q&A as a present for his birthday. And I fucked it up because I didn't want to tell him. I was just like, just make the time, dude. Just make the fucking time.
Yeah.
But you were committed.
Right.
To taking and being a good friend. To Jason and being a good guard to the dogs.
Right.
But I should have just said at 5 o'clock, yo, I know you're taking care of the dogs. I bought 2 tickets. I timed it poorly. I was bad with time management. Maybe you can call Armand. Maybe you can call Vince. Yeah. But let's go to this Q&A.
I totally would have did that too.
But I was being a pansy.
No, it was about you and what you wanted to be a surprise.
Yeah.
It wasn't about like because
I don't think I deny that.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's exactly. So it was more about you making it about you than making it about his birthday.
I would divide that because it would be grander if he showed up and go, oh shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So I wouldn't say it's completely about me, but it was my emotion to catch his emotion.
Yes.
Right.
That's the part that you were consumed by.
Because if I told him, well, he's going to show up, he's going to appreciate it. But imagine if he showed up and then realized it was Phil Jackson and John Sally.
Yeah.
And you wanted that reaction.
I wanted the grand reaction. That was my sweet 16 for Jason.
Right. And then I saw the Instagram post. I was like, fuck, man.
I should have just said it. So I learned after that, Eddie Wong.
Right.
So I just told him straight out, what are you doing? Nothing, you're free. Okay, good. So I just, within an hour, Will Hook from SiriusXM hooked me up.
Yeah.
With 1 ticket. I abused the privilege of being Filipino and asked for 2 tickets, and then I took Jay because it was a close to approximation to his birthday.
Yeah.
So that underpinning your fucking 50-50 is nowhere near that sense of generosity.
But that was
$50,000
that you didn't have before.
That's a lot for fucking a microsecond's work, dude.
Would you say, though, that it's about the friendship? Because she didn't even break any off for him.
Well,
so the fact that she didn't even...
Well, let me ask this question before you get to that one. If it was $100, would you expect something?
I wouldn't even expect anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, in a sense, it's just like, why wouldn't you feel like, oh, I hit the button and then, say $300 came out. And they're like, oh, man, thanks, dude. I still want to play this $300. Would you be like, oh, can I get like $50 from that? Or, I mean, it's like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to kind of gauge here because then it's like, oh, maybe $30. Can you give me $30 from that $300 that I tapped the button? I'd be like, no.
First off, if I'm the person that put the money in, I'm not even asking. I'm not asking for the sum of like I should get like whatever.
Right. You're not saying anything.
Right.
Yeah.
But the guy that touched the buttons
comes to you and says,
and is like, hey, can you hook me up? It's $300. I'd look at them funny.
Yeah. So
if it's 100,000, now it's like, okay, now you got to give me a certain amount.
I think that's
Derek.
But I also think like that's like the type of money where it's just like it's a large sum to where like it could help both of our lives.
it makes a difference.
It makes a difference.
That, my friend, is when people change when it comes to money.
Yeah.
There's a whole movie.
Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Because you're 24. I'm sure, not exactly in a comparative way, I probably would have thought of an exaggerated method where I deserve something. Somewhere in my lifetime. So don't feel bad. But I think that's where it's like dopamine in the brain, where you envision 50K, and it's just like, well, I need that half.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to say to make you not feel bad, because I'm sure in a very humane kind of way, if us three, if we weren't educated and we were just, barely pulling, let's say, 40K and we're in our 40s and you're in your late 30s, that 50K would be like, yeah. At some point, right?
Right. Absolutely.
And that's adding perspective.
Yeah.
Though, while we are on our high horse, it's easy for us to go, you shouldn't be thinking about 50K.
Yeah.
But morally, the underpinning, according to the 2.5 Filipinos, you don't deserve 50K. Just to mind fuck the listening audience. Because those are all a bunch of yes check marks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are all a bunch of different check marks as a mind fuck. But post this conversation, how do you feel now about the 100K? Be honest.
Okay, and this is your money, Charles's money, and Zach pushed the button.
A half second of labor.
but that's the scenario that we're talking about.
I'm on my 5th maker's mark. My money is running down. I put like 1,000 in there. I'm at 197 credits left.
Yes.
Zach, give me some good luck, bro. Burp.
Hits
and
it.
your Spanish Arabic fucking pointing finger garnishes 100K. How do you feel?
How does 80-20 feel?
Sure you ain't half Chinese or Jewish, dude?
No, it's
20K, huh?
No,
I feel as if like there's only certain things that are happening in my life that like I need it, not like for me to go out and gamble. It's just something that will help my life right now.
That's a fast friend's attitude, bro. In my opinion,
It's also like
But if you were pretty steady in a job,
then I wouldn't be asking for any of it.
Wow, that's nice.
If I like when we make it here on this podcast and when like I'm more comfortable in life and I feel as if I won't be asking or even caring. I'll be like, dude, this is your money. But right now, like if you see my car or if you see the fucking how like my mom's unemployed, if you see that like my grandfather's practically dying, all this other shit, then it's just like I need something.
Hold on, let me just play the world's smallest violin roll. Hold on.
See, no one would care. But
we haven't heard it in person.
I'm at the hook. At the chorus. Crescendo. And song.
Okay. And then for you, it would be 90-10?
And I think in that situation, it's generous of me to give you 10K.
Yeah.
What was it, 25 before?
It's 9K generous.
It's 25 to shut up.
25 to shut up.
Well, 25 is really kind of like that fast friends deal with like...
You're eating my ass tonight, too.
It's that chick, not the homies. Like, it's the chick that, like, oh, man... She might have somebody, she might have a hookup in the back that's gonna fucking, choke me out and leave me in the alley.
Erase anything.
Yeah.
It's such a generous amount to erase any doubt.
Mm-hmm.
For her to say, you know what? That's good.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
No question at all.
Yeah.
25K, it's the shut the fuck up money.
And maybe, you know what? You're on the good list, and if there is an opportunity to help you out on the street, I'm going to do that. You're on the good list. But yeah, anything less than that, maybe she's like, man, thanks, dude. Like, fuck you, though. Like, you know what I mean? That 25% is, you're on the fucking good list.
And keep in mind, you're really getting 70K. Because if it's like 30%, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're really giving, if you give 25,
33%.
You're only getting 45K.
Yeah. No.
But I understand your situation because what you're trying to do is I'm going to get mine.
Yeah, it's situational. It's not your inherent desire to do it because it's not what you would naturally think is right. It's just because you have a situation that you're measuring against that you are wanting it rather than needing and needing it rather than wanting it.
Honestly, though, like, this is how stupid I am probably if I'm the person playing the slot machines and then, like, the person from above says, like, that person, your friend, hit the fucking button. So, therefore, he gets some money and be like, oh, is that the rules? And it won't be.
I don't expect anything.
It'll probably have to take me, like, fucking being on daytime television.
Or talking to us.
For people to be like, oh, boo, he got slighted, he got jaded. And, like, people are, I'll be like, I don't know what they're yelling about.
Pure
like
of
that.
heart.
I wouldn't know, like, that, yeah.
So what do you do to the girl if she decides not to give you the $100K?
You hit her.
I'd hit her. I'd fucking hit her. I'd be like, you ungrateful little shit. I'd beat her up.
Because technically you can't go to the court.
Even if I was a guy, I'm sorry, I'd beat her up. That's...
No.
Or you'd stalk her and slash her tires every 2 weeks.
Oh, you mean...
I would go to like a casino manager and go, look, I'll split this $50K with you.
That's a good...
You just go up to this girl and go, nope.
Yep.
He deserves that money. Me and the casino manager smile. I give her the bird. And then I walk away with $50K.
Oh, Charles, you're so smart.
That's the Chinese side. That's the Filipino side. It's like, I'm going to defame her on Yelp and Instagram. Fuck this hotel. But the Chinese side goes...
There's a way around it.
We can win $50K still.
I think that was in the Art of War.
Sun
Tzu and Lao Tzu, actually.
And then the gambler in the casino, if he was a gambler, he would go up to the manager and be like, look, have you ever had your dick sucked for $100,000?
Oh my God.
I think the casino manager would rather have the money than a dick sucking from an angry Asian.
Yeah. Angry Asian.
Yeah.
I was picturing you. I was
fucking bitch. Gawk. I still have to pay for tax. Slurp.
He's like, you can stop now. I don't want it anymore. Stop.
Yeah, I would literally do the Vegas thing and go, dude, let's go old school. Vegas. You seen that Martin Scorsese flick, Casino?
I'll dig the hole.
Dude. Or if not, man, you give me 25 and I'll spend 25 in this casino and see what happens. And you look like a champ because to your higher ups, like,
because you kept it in there.
I kept this dude and you got the contacts.
And we're gonna go out afterwards.
Yeah, something like that, man.
That's
something
good.
like that.
So you're like, you look for the other angle. That's the natural
Add perspective.
thing. No, that's...
Motherfucker.
I'm too straight, man. I'm too...
Oh, the Filipinos and Islanders and Islandesians on their hammocks playing with their small fucking ukuleles and they're all sad with their sub-reggae music. No, man. You fucking play that Wu-Tang Clan to figure it out, dude. You play that fucking Wu, dude. I think that's... I don't know. I think... I mean, if that happened with us four, right? Let's say it's $200K. And then one of us was a dum-dum and said, hey, waitress, hit this fucking point thing. We would figure something out like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And plus there's four of
waitress.
us. There's four of us.
What waitress? That's my question after that.
Oh, look at this. Ride or die.
We have a minute.
A minute?
Yeah. What do we talk about in a minute? Shit.
There was let's bring it back. If you win, I remember we talked about this before. What is the first purchase? That's too much of a thinker.
75 for 70K.
100K?
We all each win 100K.
No, it's 70K because you have to pay
tax.
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 What do I first purchase?
I don't know.
You're gonna say some equipment. I know it.
Yeah. I was gonna say like studio equipment.
Oh man. Gotta be frivolous, Charles.
Yeah, but in the end, if we have like a legit studio, people are gonna bid to pick up the show.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, look at how this amazing conversation we had on our salacious millennial thinking we owe him $50K. That was like 20 minutes of glory. How do you like that item block, audience?
You guys will not see me disappear, by the way, when we succeed.
And the next show, Zach is no longer coming to. You have buried him somewhere in the desert.
I feel as if that 70K won't change in the sense like I would only just use it for a rainy day, but I would use it for my car first off for months. Yeah. Because I love my car. Like I think if I was rich, I would live a Bill Gates lifestyle where it's just like you couldn't tell because of the way I dress.
Oh no, you can tell. Oh
man,
no,
you don't know Bill
like,
Gates' house, man. That thing is thermal regulated.
Dude, you're printing. I have 50K T-shirts all over because I spent 20K.
spent 20K on T-shirts, and that's it. No.
Well, that's a good episode. Signing off.
Plug 1, 2.